Hello everyone, I am here to teach you basic English grammar for beginners. Let's practice tenses with me. What is tense? Tense is a form of verb. What is verb? It expresses an action that is done by a noun that express about an action. We use tense to describe time of an action. It describes about the time of an action, when the action taking place, whether it happened in the past or happening right now or will going to happen in the future. Basically, tenses are three types: present tense, past tense, and future tense. Present tense that express the action that is happening right now, ongoing actions, and past tense that express the action that was completed in the past, and future tense that express about the action that will going to take place in the future. Present tense again divided into four types. First one is a simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. In that, first one is simple present. Simple present used to describe about habitual actions and universal truths and repeated actions. For example, the sun rises in the east. The sun actually rises in the east. In that, there is no change. And structure of the simple present is subject plus V1 plus object. For example, I go to school. Here, I is a subject, V1 form. Go is a V1 form. It is a verb. Verb 1 form. To school. Here, school is a object. If the subject is third person singular, we have to add s or es to the verb. For example, he, she, it, and any other singular nouns. For these third person singular ones, we have to add s or es to the verb. For example, the sun rises in the east. It is a universal truth. What is the verb in this example? Rise. For rise, yes is added because the subject is singular noun. So that we have to add yes to the verb. If the subject is third person or a singular noun, we have to add s or es to the verb. Third person means he, she, it. For example, he goes to school. Here he is a subject. It is a third person. He, she, it belongs to third person. Goes to school. Here go is a V1 form. For that es is added because subject is third person. So that we have to add es to the verb. He goes to school. Next, present continuous. Continuous that is used to describe about an action that is happening right now. Structure of present continuous is subject plus is, am, are plus V1 plus ing plus object. Here is used after singular nouns and are is used after plural nouns and am is always used after I. For example, I am going to school. What is the subject here? I is a subject. After I, what we have to use? Am. I am. Then we have to write verb. What is the verb? Go. After that, what we have to add? Ing. It will become going. Then we have to write object. What is the object here? School. I am going to school. Next one is present perfect tense. Perfect means completed action. It is expressed about the completed actions. So, it is used to describe about an action that is completed recently or just now. Just now completed actions. Structure for this tense is subject. First you have to write subject, then have or has. In perfect tense, you have to use have or has. Plus V3 plus object. We have to use V3 form in this tense. For example, I have gone to school just now. What is the subject in this example? I. After I, what we have to use? Have. After I, you, we, they, we have to use have. After he, she, it and singular nouns, we have to use has. Here, subject I is there, so that we have to use have. I have gone to school. Here, in this perfect tense, we have to use V3 form. What is the V3 form of go? It's gone. I have gone to school just now. We have to use just now because to indicate the action it was completed recently. We have to use just now. Next one is present perfect continuous tense. It is used to describe about an action that was already started in the past and still continuing. For example, I have been going to school since 2005. Structure of this tense is subject plus have and has plus been plus V1 plus ing plus object. I have been going to school since 2005. Here, what is the subject? I. Then after I, what we have to use? Have. Been. What is the next? Been. And then V1. What is the V1 form? Go. Then we have to add ing to school. In this present perfect continuous tense, we have to use two keywords that are since and for. Since used to represent point of time and for used to represent period of time. Period of time means duration of a time. For example, I have been going to school since 2005. Here 2005 is a point of time. I am telling the exact time. So that we have to use since. For period of time, we have to use for because I am telling the duration of the time. That is, I have been going to school for 10 years. I am telling here duration of a period. So that we have to use for. For point of time, you have to use since. Past tense used to describe about the completed actions. Past tense again divided into four types: simple past, past continuous, past perfect tense, past perfect continuous tense. First one is simple past tense. First one is simple past. Simple past used to express about an action that was completed in the past as a habit. For example, I went to school yesterday. I went to school yesterday. Structure of this tense is subject plus V2 plus object. Here we have to use V2 form. V2 form. What is a V2 form of go? Went. I went to school. Here I is a subject. I went to school. Past tense we have to use phrases like yesterday, a week ago, 4 months ago. These are added to the sentence to describe that action belongs to the past. Next one is past continuous tense. It is used to express about an action that was begin in the past and continuing for some time in the past. At that moment, another action took place. Past continuous tense is a combination of two tenses. First one is a past continuous and second one is a simple past. Structure of past continuous tense is subject plus was, were plus V1 plus ing plus object. We have to use was after singular nouns in the past, were after plural nouns in the past. For example, Ria was going to school when I saw her. When I saw her is a simple past. We are using simple past in past continuous. It is a combination of two tenses. Here, what is the subject? Ria. Ria is a subject. So, after singular nouns, we have to use was. Ria was going to. Here, go is a verb one. For that, we are adding ing. It will become going. Ria was going to school when I saw her. Next one is past perfect tense. It is used to express about an action that is completed in the past before another action. Structure for this tense is subject plus had plus V3 plus object. Here we have to use V3 form because it is a past perfect tense. So that we have to use V3. For example, Ria had gone to school before I saw her. What is the subject in this example? Ria. And we have to use had. Then verb 3 form. What is the verb 3 form of go? Gone to school. Before I saw her. I saw her is a simple past. It is a combination of two tenses, past perfect and simple past. Next one is a past perfect continuous. It is used to describe about an action that is continued up to some point of time in the past. Structure for this tense is subject plus had plus been plus V1 plus ing plus object. For example, I had been going to school for 10 years. Here we have to use had because it is a past tense. Then after we have to use been because it is a past perfect continuous. So that we have to use been going to school. Here we have to use V1 form, that is go. Then after we have to add ing to the verb. It will become going to school for 10 years. Next tense is future tense. It is used to express about an action that will going to take place in future. Future tense again divided into four types: simple future, future continuous, future perfect continuous. We have to use these words in future tense: tomorrow, next month, next week, next year. Structure for this tense is subject plus will or shall plus V1 plus object. For example, I will go to school. Here What is the subject? I. Then after we have to write will because it is a future tense, so that we have to use will. Then V1 form. What is the V1 form? Go to school. School is a object. One is future continuous tense. It is used to express about an action that will going to take place at some time in the future. Structure for this tense is subject plus will or shall plus be plus V1 plus ing plus object. We have to add be after will or shall. For example, I will be going to school tomorrow. What is the subject here? I. Then we have to write will. Then after be, it is a future continuous tense, so that we have to use be. Then after V1, go, and we have to add ing to the verb, that will become going to school tomorrow. Next one is future perfect tense. It is used to express about completion of action by certain time in future. For example, I will have gone to school by 9 o'clock. Structure for this: subject plus will or shall have plus V3 plus object. For example, I will have gone to school by 9 o'clock. Here we have to use V3 form because it is a perfect tense. In all perfect tense, we have to use V3. What is the V3 form of go? It's gone. I will have gone to school by 9 o'clock. Next one is future perfect continuous tense. It is used to express about an action that will begins in the future and will continuous in the future. Structure for this tense is subject plus will or shall plus have plus been plus V1 plus ing plus object. We have to use here been because it is a perfect continuous, so that we have to use been plus V1. We have to always use V1 form in continuous tenses. Then after we have to add ing because it is a continuous. Then after we have to write object. For example, I will have been going to school for 5 years. What is the subject here? I. Then after we have to write will have been going to school for 5 years. Thanks for watching. For more videos, please do subscribe to my channel.